All right. Man, I'm telling you what's the truth. 48 degrees this morning. I've got so much stuff that's doing so well, and as it keeps getting cooler, a lot of this stuff's going to slow down. I'm trying to get some of these jalapenos to turn color. I want to harvest some seeds, but till they turn color, they're not going to be viable. Now, somebody told me when they start doing that, corking. In other words, they're cracking, the skin's cracking. It's because the pepper's growing faster than the skin can't keep up and it cracks. And they call it corking. But I don't know. I want them to. Let's see, how many have I got on here? 1, 2. Good Lord. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got about 30 peppers on here right now. And I'll guarantee you this thing will start blooming again. I want to harvest seeds from this, but I want it to be good and ripe peppers so the seeds will be viable. And my gardenia, the one that Lisa Kleckner sent me, this thing is really doing good. And I took cuttings off of this thing. And I took a cutting off of this stem here, and look what it did. It grew 2 limbs back. I'm probably going to take some more cuttings. I have a couple of hundred of these here. This is this golden dewdrop. Now this was a cutting that I took off of that golden dewdrop down the street, and I want you to look at that. I've got a couple of hundred cuttings over there, getting ready to try to root them. So this thing might actually be a money maker because they root so easy and they grow pretty quick. This is I think the biggest one. That's pretty good size there. And what I started doing, instead of putting one when they root, instead of putting just one plant in a pot, I'm putting 2 in there. Because the ones that only have 1, let's see, is this 1 or 2? No, that's 2. It's these over here that don't seem to do as well with just one. Let's see if that's one or two. No, that's just one. So that's a good example. I should have put two in there. I think this one is probably... No, yeah, that's two. These tomato plants, here in about a month, them will be going inside. And that's two. That's one of my later ones right there. But I'm really impressed with them cherry tomatoes. I'm gonna grow them, keep growing them things out. I'm gonna take them inside. Look at that lizard. They keep the bugs ate. But those are good snacks. And they're pretty healthy. And they're smaller than a golf ball. I don't think they're cherry tomatoes. I can't remember what those was. But at any rate, it was 48 degrees. I've still got my jacket on. Oh boy. And tomorrow they're supposed to come fix my scooter. I can't wait. I'm gonna canvass the neighborhood, buddy. And this ponytail palm, I don't know why they call that a ponytail palm, but I've been breaking some of the lower. That's how the stalk keeps growing. That one needs to come off. That one can come off. But I've been peeling that bark. That'll keep getting taller. Eventually, that will be a high-dollar plant. I wonder how you propagate them things. And look at my cucumber here. This thing done grabbed hold of my stake. This one ain't put out a little arm yet. I may accidentally get some cucumbers off of this. Maybe. Maybe. Alright, them out-of-date strawberry seeds that I put in here, they're not. Well, maybe they are. I see a couple coming up over there. Son of a gun. I'm not too keen on the strawberries. At all. Now, I only managed to salvage one tomato plant from those my daughter bought. But I read somewhere that as a strawberry plant gets older, it quits producing. And what is in... Oh, that's caladiums over there. That's caladiums. And my snake plant, or my grandmother, or my mother-in-law tongues, they're doing good. They're good. I'm going to take and cut some leaves off of that and start rooting some. You can cut them leaves into sections and they'll all take root. That's the plan anyway. Man, I wish the landlord let me put a little greenhouse. Of course, I couldn't afford it. I can't afford no greenhouse. things I want. I want that big scooter. Alright. Turn this off. I was out here you ever heard of a daddy long legs or a granddaddy long legs? It's a spider. And I don't know if them things can bite you or are toxic or not. But I seen something about them on YouTube, but I didn't pay attention. But I had one crawling up my dadgone leg. And I used to play with them when I was a kid. Well, I wouldn't pick them up and hold them, but I'd flip them over and stuff like that. But that thing was crawling up my leg. And it had a bug. It had, I think it was a fly. I don't know. Scared the pea hunky doodles out of me. I think I'll go see if I can find that clip back on that thing. You know, they got real long legs. And I'm not sure. Seemed like somewhere or another in the last 80 years I've heard, or I was taught, or I read something about them things, and they're not spiders. They sure look like a spider. Oh man, I guess I'm about ready to call it a day. But you know, I'm gonna have to do something about Bailey. She is getting really, a stranger come walking down the street here and she'll go nuts and she'll go after it. And of course, most people try to run or turn around and back up and stuff. And I think she might bite somebody if they try to run from her. I didn't realize she had that kind of prey drive about her. But I tell you what, if somebody, I don't know, I think if you kicked her, she'd bite you. Because when we first got her, my wife, not my wife, my daughter, gosh, I wished I wouldn't do that. But my daughter, something was going on, and she took off after Bailey and had to pull off her shoe or something, and she was slinging at her, and Bailey jumped up on the back of the couch. And the closer Jennifer got to her, the more she snarled and growled and everything at her. But that's back when Jennifer didn't like Bailey. But she likes Bailey now. She loves Bailey. And what changed her was that a boy, I don't know if that was a boyfriend or just a friend, but his name was Teddy. And he come over there, and he's a piece of work. And I don't mean that I'm not paying him a compliment. And for some reason, he picked up Bailey, and he's about 6 foot tall, and he grabbed her around the neck, and he was holding her straight up over his head around the neck and letting her dangle there. And my daughter jumped all over him. And she run him out of the house. Told him, don't you come back. Don't you ever touch my dog, she said. Well, it was my dog. She's always been my dog. I mean, my daughter took her in from a friend that was having to move and they couldn't take Bailey with them. But boy, she wasn't gonna put up with that crap. And I'm sitting there like, when she run Teddy out, I said, I thought you didn't like her. She kept saying, ain't nobody gonna pick up my dog and hold it like that and stuff. It's my dog. Anyway, I'm fixing to go inside. I want to see what I can find out about a granddaddy longlegs. Can't remember if we call it granddaddy longlegs or daddy longlegs. Something in the back of my mind, but I can't pull it out. But I'm going to go check it out.
Today on Animal Fact Files, we're discussing daddy longlegs. Be sure to subscribe for more animal facts. Daddy longlegs were a request from ADuck175. Let's see what there is to learn. The name daddy longlegs could be in reference to a few different animals, so for clarity's sake, we're discussing animals belonging to the order Opiliones. They're also known as granddaddy longlegs, and in the scientific community, they're often called harvestmen. But I've always known them as daddy longlegs, so that's what we're going with today. Daddy longlegs might look like spiders, but they aren't. Daddy longlegs are incapable of producing silk, and they lack fangs and venom, which are all features found in spiders. They also have 2 or fewer eyes, while most spiders have 8. Plus, spiders have to eat their food by turning it into liquid and sucking it up. But daddy longlegs can chew their food. How polite! Daddy longlegs are mostly nocturnal scavengers who eat flies, roly-polies, plants, fruits, and dead animals, though some species do hunt and some also come out during the day. Daddy longlegs also appear to have a single oval-shaped body, while spiders distinctly have an abdomen and cephalothorax. But really, it's just that daddy longlegs lack that defined waist found in spiders. They both have 8 legs though, and that can really throw a person off. But even their legs are different. See, in the case of many spider species, if a leg is lost to a predator, the spider is able to regrow the lost limb. But daddy longlegs can do no such thing. When a daddy longlegs sacrifices its leg to a predator in order to make a hasty escape, that leg is gone for good. They're still able to get by without it, though. Some predators who may be snatching daddy's long legs are birds, reptiles, amphibians, and insects, such as wasps and ants. I can't really imagine why anything would try to eat something that has a 1/4-inch body length and pegs for legs, but I suppose the nearly inch-long species probably offer better fare. To keep predators away, daddy longlegs will gather in large groups. There are a couple of theories as to why this may be beneficial to them. One reason is simply safety in numbers. Groups of daddy longlegs will come together and create movement as a group, which might confuse predators. Plus, if the group is attacked, there's a higher chance for an individual to escape. I'm doubting a predator would want to attack a group of daddy longlegs anyway, though. Daddy longlegs are able to secrete a noxious chemical to deter opposers. Oh, that reminds me. The chemical they can produce is not harmful to humans, and as we mentioned before, daddy longlegs do not have fangs or venom. So that whole concept about daddy longlegs being the most venomous spiders in the world is totally false. They're harmless to us. In fact, in many parts of the world, they are considered a symbol of good luck, and killing them brings about misfortune. Better watch where you step. Daddy longleg reproduction habits are what set them apart from other arachnid members. While they are able to reproduce via parthenogenesis, for the most part they reproduce via direct fertilization, and as far as we can tell, they've been doing this for more than 400 million years. The female may lay her eggs immediately after copulation or even months later, though they're usually laid in cooler months to hatch in the spring. Something else that sets daddy longlegs apart from many arthropods are that the parents, males included in some species, take care of the eggs. It's rare that arthropod males have any involvement in egg rearing, so it's neat that the ones that perform the role as a daddy take on that moniker. Most daddy longlegs only live about a year, but some species do live longer. There are more than 6,600 species of daddy longlegs, and they live everywhere, except that one place nothing on this show seems to live, except the penguins and the Arctic terns. There are always the birds. Preferred environments of daddy longlegs include forests, caves, grasslands, mountains, wetlands, even trees, and many species require humidity for survival. They're easily affected by changes to their environment, so some species, especially cave-dwelling species, are listed as endangered. Of course, with so many species to account for, we don't have population statistics for a vast majority of the Opiliones order. Still, it's important to know that we should try not to disturb our environment as best we can, since we share this planet with everything living on it, big and small. For more facts on daddy longlegs, check out the links in the description. Have you ever seen one of these animals? Let us know in the comments. Give a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time on Animal Fact Files.
Okay, folks, I went inside and checked it out, and and there you have it. It's not a spider, and it's not toxic. It eats flies, stuff like that. And there's several different, it only has either no more than 1 or 2 eyes. A spider has 8. So found out all that stuff about that. So now we know a granddaddy legs is a nice bug for humans. I can't believe that. I found that pretty quick. Matter of fact, I copy a lot of videos when I want to copy them, if I'm interested in it, and I can't remember when I did that, but I copied that thing. I had it in my real player thing, and there it was. And I can't remember how you spell it. It's O something. First I thought it said Ophelio like a snow crab, but that's not it. But anyway, folks, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. And I'll see you in the next one. Appreciate it so much. And by me running this video there, I might not be able to monetize this video. Because if it's somebody that's got a lock on it, it'll still have ads, but all the revenue goes to the people that own the rights to that granddaddy longleg story. Matter of fact, I got one up running right now about, let's see, which one was that? I got one running up now. It's got ads on it, but I don't get no revenue off of it. About the what's for breakfast, that video there. That outfit's got a lock on that thing, and you're not allowed to copy it just free. I mean, they'll still run it, but all the ads, all the revenue off that goes to the company that owns that video. And this might be the same thing on this, I don't know. And y'all won't have no way of knowing because it'd still be running ads, but I'll let you know whether I can't run it. Sometimes you can run stuff and it's okay, and sometimes not so much. Anyway, I appreciate all of you. You know that. I love you. And this is Blue Monday. I got to run my Blue Monday live stream tonight. Anyway, see ya.